Hello, everybody. It's Tim here again. Here another review. This time for She-Hulk. Now, like all these MCU like miniseries, I always wait till they get done before I do reviews of them. And with this one, I gotta say, I didn't hate this like a lot of people did. I thought it was all right. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 4. I thought it was all right. I did not hate this, but I did not love it either. There's nothing in this that like blew my mind or nothing. Overall, it was all right. It was fine. Um, I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't like it at the same time. Didn't hate it. It was just kind of all right. The thing with this show is when this show started off, it was for the most part for most of these episodes just kind of boring. That was kind of my problem with this because it was just so much of like a legal drama thing or whatever, and with a lot of comedy. And apparently this is what She-Hulk is like in the comics. She's just very goofy and she breaks the fourth wall a lot, which made her just kind of come off like a less raunchy Deadpool, which was kind of not very interesting because she felt like a toned down version of Deadpool, and I'm not really like the idea of like two characters breaking the fourth wall over and over. I mean, she's kind of a little bit too similar to Deadpool, except not as raunchy in her comedy. But overall, after I warmed up and got used to what this character was, it was all right. Emil Blonsky, the Abomination, is here. I kind of like the fact that he's like a good guy now, or he's at least trying to be better or whatever from the looks of it here, and he's not like an asshole or a supervillain anymore. At the same time, though, I do think it's kind of a waste not to have him like do some action with the Hulk or whatever. But then again, this is not a superhero show, and that was my problem with it for a lot of it. I was just kind of bored until it got to the climax when the Jen character or whatever, played by this actress whose name I don't know, but she actually did a good job as She-Hulk. I thought she was well casted and well acted. She did a good job. But by the end of the show, though, when she like breaks the complete fourth wall and she's like comes out of like Disney Plus and she's looking for Kevin Feige, which I thought was funny, and Kevin Feige's like a robot, which I thought was pretty hilarious. And she's like explaining this is not a superhero show, so this plot at the end of turning it into a superhero show really doesn't make sense. Part of me, though, when it got to that point, was enjoying the superhero action. But when she actually calls out and says this really isn't a superhero show, it's just a comedy, basically, really, not even a legal drama, it's just a comedy. And a lot of the like legal drama stuff and all that is pretty friggin' boring for the most part. But once it gets to the end, though, when it's like her like escaping and completely breaking the fourth wall and all that, it is pretty funny. I like the fact that the Hulk shows up at the end, Mark Ruffalo, and he's like got a son now, which I guess is set up for some Hulk movie or whatever, um, or a new Hulk flick. But yeah, overall, I'd give this a 2.5 out of 4. It was all right. I didn't mind it. Didn't really love it or like it, but at the same time, I did not hate it. It was all right. It's like an all right time waster. I like this. Like by the end, slightly better than Ms. Marvel, but overall, I do think that Ms. Marvel, for the most part of those episodes, is a slightly better show. But I don't think it was as entertaining as what this became by the end, because this final episode, like an ending, is what is one of the most important factors to a movie, because that's the last thing it leaves you out. That leaves it the landing, trying to stick the landing. Last thing the movie leaves you with. And I'm viewing these as movies. They're basically just miniseries, so I'm just viewing these as like extended movies. Overall, I found this to be an alright time waster. I will never watch it again, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was harmless, completely harmless. Some of the green CGI looks bad on She-Hulk in certain parts and all that, and it really looks like a video game in certain parts. But overall, I thought it was alright. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.